Hello everyone, welcome to Green Food Forest. And if you're new here to this channel, my urban backyard garden is located in Central Texas in the Zone 8B 9A region just north of Austin. I had posted a video a couple of weeks ago about how I returned from a long vacation, how I found my garden, and most importantly, what the steps I had taken before I left for vacation to make sure that the plants were thriving by the time I'm back. In today's video, I'm going to be showing all the things that I did to clean up and get my garden back in shape, and what are some of the tasks that I did right after. Now, here's what I'm doing to get the garden back in shape. I will begin by removing these overgrown vegetables so the plant can focus its energy back into making more vegetables instead of going to seed. I need to deadhead these marigolds, remove these spent flowers, and clean up some of these dried up marigolds. This is celebrity tomato plant and it has mostly dried up, and so I'm going to go ahead and remove this plant and harvest even the green tomatoes to use them in different recipes, because leaving these kind of diseased and end of season plants is just a pest magnet and a disease magnet. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove these. These Thai chilies have fully matured, so I'll go ahead and harvest everything. That way, when the weather cools down a bit, the plant is ready to make more green chilies and has energy to put out the new growth. I went ahead and harvested all the vegetables that were still looking good, and here's what I got. Here's some cilantro that has gone to seed, and I'll harvest them to plant for fall. And here's green beans that has gone to seed, and I'll be harvesting this as well for fall planting. To control leaf-footed bugs and stink bugs, I usually have this kind of a wide-mouthed jar which is filled with soap and water solution, and I look for those bugs every morning and evening and just quickly dunk those insects into my jar. And you can see all this insects that I've collected over the last couple of days. Not a pretty sight, but this is what does to control the population. Some people use vacuum cleaners to suck these insects, but that doesn't work for me. I'm not going to be the one cleaning that dirty vacuum cleaner, so I prefer this method. I can just toss this water out every few days when there's a lot of insects collected. I have been doing this over the last 1 week, and this has really controlled the population of these bugs. This is my second and more regular pest control technique, which is a neem oil based solution, which is perfectly organic and natural for use on your plants. So here I have a 1 gallon sprayer. I need a bigger sprayer because I have a lot of raised beds. If you just have a few plants, a small spray bottle should also do the trick. Here I will be filling it with a gallon of water, and I will add a teaspoon or two of neem oil and a few squirts of the soap. I have a gallon of water here. To this I'm adding 2 teaspoons of neem oil and 5 to 6 squirts of normal dish soap, and then we'll close the sprayer and give it a good mix. And I spray this over my plants. Make sure you get the top part as well as the underside. You want to be spraying this neem solution in the late evenings. That way you're not spraying them in the morning or the afternoon when the sun is very active, and that can burn down your plants. So the best time to apply these kinds of solutions are in the late evenings. This is one of my in raised beds worm compost bin. So over several months, I've been adding kitchen scraps to this bin, as well as some shredded cardboard and dried leaves from time to time. And what I'm left with is with this beautiful worm castings. I find harvesting the worm castings the easiest in the summer months because at this time the worms have gone much deeper into the soil for cooler temperatures. So to harvest, we just have to scoop out the worm castings and add it to the desired plants. Add about two handfuls or two little scoops and then gently work into the top couple of layers of soil. For the times that I may not have a lot of worm castings handy, I like to buy this Earth Sciences brand earth castings, which are very readily available in Costco or even Amazon. Here's how my raised bed looks after I removed dead and spent plants, trimmed the vines, strained them back properly, took control of the pests, and harvested everything that was ready. So there are some empty spaces in the raised beds now, which I'll be using for succession planting for things like cucumbers and beans, and also for fall planting. So soon I will have more tomato plants out, which will fill up the spaces, more basil and other herbs that I could use. Here's the last raised bed, which again I removed the tomato plants for the most part because many of them were pretty end of season and done. Now that my raised beds are all cleaned up, here are the couple of things that I have done over the last few days to start preparing for filling up the empty spots in the beds and also for fall planting. I direct sowed some seeds like green beans and cucumbers into the garden beds while also starting off some plants for the fall like gourds as well as some tomato starters so that they can be transplanted into my raised beds in about 4 to 6 weeks. I have linked all the products that I have used in this video in the description below. I hope you find them useful as well, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more such gardening content. Thank you for watching.